Hey everyone, today I am having Pratik from Botbaba. So today we will be discussing, the development phase of Botbaba and how he grown up this venture and what is his, experience from launching his LTD on astronauts and much more stuff. First of all, Pratik, welcome to the show.
Hi, Shehraj. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah. So before I begin, I want to ask you something like what is your experience? Have you done any kind of interview so far?
A couple, I think. Unesh is
Yeah.
another affiliate who came to
Yeah.
our office few days back, and he did take an interview. It was a different experience.
I watched that particular interview on his group. He did the live stream, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, using Restream or something. Okay, so before I start, I also want to ask you one more question. Like, what is your experience behind Bot Baba? Mean launching that as an LTD, how that came into the existence?
Okay, so experience with Botbaba or experience with the current LTD?
LTD experience for Bot Baba.
So it's a very new experience, very fresh experience. The community is so tight knit. There are like 20-25 Facebook groups around where the community is, and we often see the same kind of people in most of the groups. So I think it's a community of around 20-25,000 members. And yes, I've been very active in many of these Facebook groups. Whenever there is a mention of Baba, someone or the other tags me in that post, and I'm happy to reply, happy to comment, happy to engage with the users, get their feedback firsthand, clarify their doubts as well. So it has been very exciting for me so far.
Okay, and I want to ask you something like you know about LTD market before launching Bot Baba, or how you like get to know about this market?
So I do use some LTDs still.
Mhm.
Uh, I got introduced to LTD in 2018, I think. Some person, in fact, interestingly, some person told me that you are doing Botbaba, why not launch on AppSumo? So I researched about AppSumo at that time, and that's how I got introduced to the community. And then after that, I was being targeted by other marketplaces for ads, and so I joined PitchGround. They were the first ones to target me on Facebook. I joined their group, and that's how the expansion began.
Okay, so let's start with the now interview now. So first of all, I want to ask you a question like, what is your vision behind Bot Baba? Like, what problem you faced? Then you thought, okay, I need to create Bot Baba.
Okay, so vision is a completely different thing, and I can tell you how I started Botbaba.
Yeah.
So we were doing hard-coded chatbots at that time in 2016-17 for many clients across the world, like from US, Australia, UK. We were doing hard-coded chatbots for Facebook, for Skype, like any kind of custom chatbot development we were doing. And my personal interest was in chatbots because of AI.
Okay.
I have always been fascinated using AI. So I also did a home automation business before starting this. I mean, it was going hand in hand with the chatbot development and the home automation as well. So in there, I set up an AI which was very similar to Iron Man's, what you call it,
Yeah.
I forgot the person, the AI start name, Jarvis. Yes, how
Jarvis.
can I
Yeah.
forget? So I replicated that as well in our home automation demo. So since then, I never looked backwards. So I got into chatbots. We did several NLP based chatbots for our clients. The problem I faced there was whenever we took requirements from the client and we deployed the bot for the client, like, so there is a process called review period basically. So we take what we have developed and showcase it to our client to approve it so that we can get the rest of the payment. But every time we take the code and show it to the client will be like, okay, I need 10 more changes like this is not working fine, that is not working fine. And even though those changes were very small, but the changes would take us many days to get done because of the hard coded nature of those bots. So that's when it struck us that why not make a platform where we can do these things like very easily.
Yeah.
we were already in that market. We already had clients like that. So why not like create chatbots using a platform like drag and drop platform, and any changes can be done in a matter of seconds, minutes, maybe. Yeah, so that's how the idea came.
Okay, so wonderful idea. I mean, you are a hardcore chatbot developer. So how many years? Like, what is your experience in this field?
So experience in IT is like 14 years now.
Okay, good.
So yes, I worked for 3 to 4 years in an IT environment for various jobs. Like started as a customer support exec, then sales, marketing. Then my core skill is server management, IT.
Yeah,
I was IT head as well in an organization previously. Yeah,
got it.
and in 2011, I started with my journey of being an entrepreneur. So since then, I have always been an entrepreneur.
Okay, and how the name come up? The name Bot Baba. Like,
So yeah, so it in fact came afterwards after we released the first version. The first version we named it like iBot.
okay.
iBot. We also tried iBot Pro or Bot Pro. We were just changing names every 15 days because nobody knew our platform. It was good. It was cool. We could afford changing names every now and then. So I bought like 5 6 domains altogether by in the period of 2 months. Okay, now this name is good. This name is good. So we had a bunch of domains, and I was just talking with my girlfriend back then on call, and now wife, that I want to do something like post updates, like keep posting chatbots every now and then, such that people start calling me, okay, Bot Baba. That's when I spoke it out, and that's when it struck me, okay, this is the name I want to go after.
Yeah,
So
very
yeah,
good.
for the audience, non-Indian audience, so Bot Baba literally came like someone who's crazy after bots is like
Yeah,
Bot Baba.
yeah. And I want to ask you something like, what are the developments and hurdles while you're developing this particular software? Are there any kind of mistakes you did? One you mentioned like you are changing names again and again. What are the other hurdles you want to mention?
Yes, so when we started building, we adopted Microsoft Bot Framework. The
Okay.
platform was based on Microsoft Bot Framework, and their APIs were not free. I think that
Mhm.
was one of the biggest mistake we did while making Botbaba. So we got rid of the bot framework last year
Yeah.
in March or April. Um, until then, we were able to consume those charges from the API, but then in 2000, like last year, when the platform began to take off, like crazy take off, the bills were almost equivalent to what we were generating, what the revenue we were generating. So we took the hard call. We dropped the Microsoft Bot framework from our code, from our stack, and built our own framework then.
So, what are your current expenditures? Like you are also host having an office. You are also doing very good marketing in terms of it. So, what are your current expenditures for Bot Baba?
So current expenditures are majorly, so everything basically. So manpower is one. We have a staff, decent number of small team. Then office expenses are there, internet. Then server charges, yes, how can we forget that? They are a big part of our pie as well. And yes, marketing expenses. We do run paid ads. That's how we have grown so far. So I am not open to disclosing the figures if you're looking for that.
Yeah,
But yes, all
yeah.
all these things are costing us.
And when you launched, Bot Baba as an LTD, what was your experience behind that? Like, I was thinking like the Bot Baba is $69, right? At this
Yeah,
time
yeah.
for one code. So, what was your experience behind launching LTD, and what are your plan to scale this?
So experience behind launching LTD, as I said, was very different. Nothing like we have ever done previously. I had been a part of this community, so I know so how it all goes. but then it was very different to be facing it. I was getting friend requests like from anywhere. So wherever people saw me, that I was getting friend requests, and yes, people tagging me. So I had not seen this previously, so I was a bit hesitant in the beginning to go and comment on the post. But then I decided, okay,
Yeah.
maybe they are too busy to comment, or they don't care to comment, the other founders. But I'm not like that. I would go out and I would reply to those people there. So yes, it has been very amazing for experience so far for me.
Okay, and what do you think? Like launching Botbaba and the LTD was a good decision or not?
Yeah, it was a good decision. So we are getting many power users, which we were lacking earlier. The users who could really test the potential of our platform and give us some much needed feedback. Because until then, we were the only ones using our platform, or maybe some resellers and some power users, but they were all majorly belonging to India. Now we are getting international experience exposure from users across the world, giving different requirements. So yes, we will grow much faster this way now.
So, do you want to reveal any numbers? How many users are using Botbaba as of now?
So users are 2000 plus, 2000 plus users are using right now.
Okay, 2000 plus users, and most of them are LTD ones, or there are some for recurring deals as well.
No,
Like,
we have kept the LTD in a bubble. We have not used our list. We have not promoted our existing audience because we do generate a decent amount of MRR. We did if we promoted to that audience, all of them would get converted to LTD, and then we would incur losses. We would be left with no MRR basically. So it's in a bubble. We do not openly promote it. And yes, so sorry, what was your next question?
that's it. Like, in my interview with June and the Peter from Parker from Sastronaut, they also told the same thing. Like, MRR is the biggest thing that a SaaS company need to have to thrive in their time. You know.
Yeah.
So, and how you're managing customer support?
So we have a team. We have a team of 12 right now, and we were already very good. So since we were doing done for you services, done for you bot building, so we have enough personnel to take care of the. In fact, the workload is lesser because here we need to focus on documentation and videos, and the power users can do it themselves.
Okay.
So
And
I'm
one
liking this community.
and you told like customer support, right? So in the customer support, you told like you are also having a you do done for you services. So you're providing any kind of done for you services. Let's suppose someone purchased bot Baba. Now he want like you guys to develop a bot. So are there any kind of service for them?
Yes, yes, yes. So we will be announcing it later on. I have that in mind. The LTD buyers will get a preferential rate on our done for you services as well.
And
So
currently,
they are open.
uh, mhm. Yeah, sorry to
Yeah, go
interrupt,
ahead, go
but
ahead.
yeah, currently, Bot Baba is under WhatsApp, right, and Telegram.
No, web and WhatsApp.
Okay, web and WhatsApp. So why you are not focusing on that Facebook Messenger? Like I think you can also compete in a very good market where many chat and many big players are there.
Yeah, so it is on our roadmap. I think that's the number one feature which people demanded when we launched the LTD. And we started with WhatsApp because that's what is big in India. People don't have Messenger installed on their phone, but everyone uses WhatsApp.
Mhm. And how you operating? Like user need to have WhatsApp API for using Bot Baba.
Yes, user needs to obtain their own API. So for our done for you users, we do all that process for them, but the LTD buyers will need to get it for themselves. So we have documentation. I documented the process as well. They should be able to look at the videos and get it for themselves.
So one concern that I was having is like Botbaba may be using WhatsApp API. I think that is the only revenue generation source for WhatsApp as of now, right?
Yes, yes.
Mhm. And if I talk about Bot Baba, so I saw many videos like here and there, like Bot Baba is doing this, like many features, like people are using in this way, this way. What do you think is the number one feature or the number one, workflow that user need to opt in if they are using Bot Baba?
E-commerce.
Okay, e-commerce.
E-commerce is the most preferred ones in the last since the last 1 year, and our focus. So before e-commerce, we were focused at completely lead generation. So how to
Mhm.
optimize lead generation, how to give value to the customer. So we were also doing lead generation services like done for you lead gen for people using our own bots. So we have a pretty good experience with that as well, with marketing as well. So e-commerce and lead gen are the two segments which we are focused at.
What I think so is like Botba will be also beneficial for that card abandonment sequence. Let's suppose
Yeah.
someone is going and he did not make a purchase. Then he got a ting on WhatsApp. Okay, you have not purchased it yet. So
Yes,
that thing is
exactly.
also that thing is very powerful indeed, because currently I was using I'm using that email and the SMS, but the WhatsApp will be on a next level.
Yeah, so that's the plan. So with e-commerce, what we mean to do is the same: improve the conversion rate of e-commerce stores.
So your main market is e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
Where you're looking for. And inside e-commerce, if I talk about, like, what are the another use case you want to tell? Like, you can do some upselling right there, right, when someone make the purchase. So what are the things that you think are one more use case that user can opt in for?
So it is e-commerce is divided into two segments basically. One is pre-sales and second is
Mhm.
post-sales. So users can either use Botbaba's bots to sell things or integrate Botbaba's chatbots for a post-sales experience, like to bring back the users who have purchased once from your store. These are the two use cases in e-commerce.
Okay.
So
And
yeah.
mhm. So what is the ROI, if you want to tell about, like, what is the ROI behind, e-commerce? I think you guys are also having something kind e-commerce stores, right, for testing your own software.
Yeah.
So let's suppose when you're using Bot Baba and not using Bot Baba, what is the difference you saw inside that?
Sorry, I could not get your question.
Okay, so as I told, like you are having, a e-commerce store, right? So while using, if someone is not using Bot Baba over there, and there is a second person who is using Bot Baba on that particular store, like what is the difference in conversion?
So difference in conversion depends. So depends on how good are they doing with it. So for our done for you users, we have a complete package, and they could see the difference right away.
Yeah.
The conversion rate jumps from like 1% to 5% easily.
Oh. And
The difference in the conversion rate, like not earlier it was the increment is 1 to 5% and not the complete conversion rate.
what do you think is the next big thing that you wanna add inside Bot Baba?
Next big thing that I we want to add, Messenger is the next
Yeah,
big thing we
inside
want to add.
after Messenger. I think
Live chat.
Telegram bots are live chat.
We would do live chat
So,
first and then yeah.
and you guys are also having SMS integration, right, inside, for third-party applications.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think how you are doing that? You are having webhook response, or what kind of thing you are having for sending a response or
So
third of bot?
our Yeah, so I can explain the complete process.
Mhm.
So we used our SMS campaigns module when we were generating leads using our own chatbots via SMS marketing.
Yeah.
So I thought that SMS marketing is not a big thing anywhere in the world but India, but that's not the case. Thanks to the LTD community, I've spoken to a lot many people, and they have told me that SMS marketing in their country is still very much alive. So I can share the complete process for what purpose that feature is used, if you allow me to. That
Yeah,
could go on
sure.
like for 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So people can have their own SMS provider, API provider, they can include that API into Botbaba, and they can launch a campaign on their data, which they already have from somewhere. Okay, once they launch a campaign, so it will be a bot campaign. The the SMS content will have a chatbot link as a call to
Mhm.
action. Like suppose if it's an insurance campaign, so to know your premium, click here, and the link.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that
So
particular link clicked, like we can send a whatever the SMS, right?
no, no, no. So when the that particular link is clicked, we won't be asking the user what is your name and number, and we will automatically know that okay, this person has clicked the link, and this is the number of that person, and this is the chat history. That these are all the answers which are given by this person, because to calculate the premium you need some data, name,
Mhm.
gender, age, and certain things like where you live and all what you do. So all that data is collected, so which will define that whether the lead is hot or cold. Now we can set certain notifications, certain alerts, that if a customer reaches till the end of the flow, then this person is to be notified, that mark that as a hot lead. So all this without asking the name of the person,
Yeah.
because since we are shooting SMS, we already have the number and maybe name. I'm not sure whether everyone would have name or not, but yes, in most cases, name is also there with the data. So yes, we don't need to ask name and number when shooting SMS campaigns from within Botbaba.
Okay.
The
So
bot
how?
will just one more thing. The bot will automatically address them as "Hi Shehraj, how are you doing today?"
I got
So
it.
the personalized experience is what amazes people.
Mhm. So that's a pretty good feature. And I just want to ask you one thing. Let's suppose now Bot Baba is only supporting WhatsApp, right? So inside WhatsApp, you can do some inbuilt selling. You can like launch a full selling sequence inside that.
No,
You
full
know?
sequence is not yet supported by the API itself. WhatsApp has put it on their roadmap, and I think payments are already there in India, and
Yeah, yeah.
which will be followed by the complete shopping experience in the next 8 to 9 months. I think that's the timeline. So
No,
once they
actually,
have it, once they release it to the API, then we can consume that API, and the complete shopping experience will be on WhatsApp itself.
no, actually, I am not going into that thing. I mean,
Okay.
creating a behavior targeting sequence inside bot baba. Let's suppose someone joined our WhatsApp bot, right? Then we can send them hello, little bit of chit chat. Let's suppose I am teaching people how to do a podcast. Okay, now someone came over there. I give them three links. Like you want to start a podcast, you want to grow your existing podcast, or you want to know your audience, something like that, right? For creating three stages inside: beginner, intermediate, and expert level. So based on that particular click, we can do some behavior tagging or something like that.
Yeah, so on WhatsApp, there is nothing to do but accept text from the user.
Okay.
I'm not sure retargeting can be done, but yes, we are launching tags as well. So at that time, you can tag that user as like they did certain actions and they are tagged as this. So the users who are tagged as this needs to be sent this next. So some kind of workflow can be made.
Let's suppose send one for big. If you are a beginner, send two. For that case, I'm telling you, like.
Yeah, so that is completely designable from the dashboard itself. You can customize that flow.
Mhm. And what about broadcast? Like, are there any limitations of WhatsApp? Let's suppose Facebook Messengers were very high in some time. Like people telling Facebook Messenger is the next big thing, but suddenly one day Facebook got into that issues, and then they give a limit. If the subscriber is not active from 24 hours, you can't send them a broadcasted message. So, is there any kind of limitations inside WhatsApp for that?
Yeah, so there are some limitations. For that, I will need to explain the two types of messages which the WhatsApp API has. The first one is a template message. Template messages are the messages which are sent by the bot to the user without the user's involvement with the bot like ever. So how they
Mhm.
are sent? Suppose you are booking a ticket or a hotel on a third-party app or website. Once you confirm the booking, you will receive a WhatsApp message. I am very sure you must have received one, at least
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So those are called template messages, and there are some categories of template messages which are allowed to send, like without users' consent or anything. Like they are tickets, invoices, feedback, alerts, reminders, payment update, account update, payment due, renewal notices, or things like these are allowed to send to the user. And second type of message, so template message cannot have promotional content at all. If you so template messages require the template to be approved by WhatsApp themselves.
Okay.
So you have to request a template that you want to send to the user. You send it for approval, WhatsApp will approve it, and after that you can use it. So if
Okay.
your template contains promotional content, it will get rejected outright. And the
Got
second,
it.
when you can do promotion is once the user replies to your message. Suppose you are saying thank you for your order, your amount is so and so, and here are the items you ordered. This is a template message which is allowed. If the
Mhm.
user says okay to that message, that's when the session starts, and then the bot can send them anything. There are no limitations on that. So
Okay.
then you can send them promotional offers, discounts, or on next purchase you're getting 10% off, something like that.
Mhm.
So in
Yeah.
session you can send anything. Template messages are limited.
Got it. So what I found is like in LTD industry, most of the people inside that are agencies. So what are the use cases for agencies?
So yes, as we all know that e-commerce industry during this pandemic is booming crazily. More and
Yeah.
more people are wanting to sell online. So for agencies, I think a supersized deal will make the most sense right now.
Mm.
We are offering like 200 bots, 500 bots every year on a supersized plan
Yeah.
with no charges at all for like ever. Just pay it once and use it forever. I
Super
think
size. Before you continue, sorry to interrupt. Super price plan is $690 plan, right? The 10 codes one.
No, beyond that, we have another deal page
Okay,
where we have listed supersized deals.
got it. So how much? Okay, so they can have that particular chatbot, right? For agencies, they can use that particular plan, and you can
Sell
continue
it,
for the use case.
resell it, yes.
Hmm.
And also for lead generation. So e-commerce and lead generation, the two segments which we are targeting, agencies can very well leverage it.
Okay. And since you did a launch, what are the marketing strategies for a launch? If there is a LTD founder or someone who want to launch an LTD who is watching this particular video, because I know very many people watch this video or listen to this podcast mainly. Like podcast is more popular than videos. Then what is your advice for them for a
Interact with the
launch?
community. That helps.
Yeah, and
Interact with the community and uh, yes, give value, give a lot of value whatever you are doing with your software. Tell them everything, educate them. That's what works.
okay. And is there any kind of external strategy you want to tell, like
Sorry,
focus
any
on
kind of?
strategies, like focus on something, like not on this support part of this, like focus on ads or something advertising? What do you think
After
you
the
will, like
LTD or during, for the LTD?
inside LTD or before the LTD?
So
Inside LTD
our
period.
partners, astronauts are our partners. They are looking after the complete marketing. All I do is I go to various groups and reply to people and give value wherever I can. Rest of the things like ads and all are managed by Astronautics.
Yeah, so they're doing pretty much job. And what is your marketing advice or the number one advice to a SaaS founder? Like you already
So
given the advice, so I was having this question. So what is your number one advice for a SaaS founder?
learn marketing.
True. So you having any kind of marketing background or something?
So I was a typical geek until 3, 4 years back. I knew nothing of marketing, but then I thought I know something of marketing. When I accepted that, okay, this is the thing, I don't know anything, let's start from the beginning. And that's where the journey started. Me as a Pratik as a marketer then. So I relate
Yeah.
myself as a marketer more and a geek lesser now.
Okay. So in marketing, what will be your number one resource for us as founder, where they can start learning from?
Google.
Google.
But
Uh,
to be honest, read books, read good
yeah.
books, hang out
Uh,
in ClickFunnels group maybe. You
yeah.
get so much value out of it.
Or they can start with this is marketing by Seth Godin. So let me type it up. That's a
Okay.
wonderful book actually. This is marketing. Well, like that book given me a different perspective for marketing. It changed my thinking, like how I teach it. Seth Godin. So this is the
Okay.
book. This is marketing by Seth Godin. It's a wonderful book by him. Like
So I
and
would,
they get
if I have to recommend, I would recommend another book for everyone into marketing and advertising, which is Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene
yeah.
Schwartz.
And I
That is
think
like the Bible of advertising.
yeah, I like Sam Owens recommended that in one of his videos. He's like, "This is the Bible of advertising. You must need to read this book." I researched a lot about that book, but I did not got that because printing is already stopped and the second-hand books being sold in the market and did not got one.
I have it.
So how you got it?
PDF. You can find PDFs online.
Okay, I have not searched for PDF
And
yet.
I got it printed as well.
Yeah, well, very good. Like that book is the Bible of marketing, and but now that book is not in existence. So a harsh reality.
Yeah, and
And
it was printed back in 1960s. So that's
yeah,
something interesting. 60 years
yeah.
down the line, and we are still talking about that book.
And people can also like go for that blog copywritingcourse.com. He also sell his own course, but mainly his blog is very beneficial. Like in his blog, he teaches everything from scratch around copywriting and or advertising thing. And he's the copywriter for AppSumo and entire Sumo group, and he done a lot. He's also he also written some emails from the what that newsletter name, the Hustle. That's the one of the most popular newsletter in the marketing space. So that guy is also one of the guy that people need to follow. And I'm just looking at my list of questions, and they are not ending right now. And most of you already answered, like in your answer. Uh, So let's start with some random talk, some quick talk. Let's suppose if you wanna when you will end this particular Botbaba LTD, what is your plans after that? Number one plan after that. Focus one will be gradually focus on MRR due to the the users you get, like you get the feedback improving the product, and what will be your second perspective for that? Like what you will do after this particular LTD launch.
I'm itching to run ads right now. So we have stopped that while the LTD was going because I could not
Okay.
focus on two things at a time. But yes, we will be back to running ads. We will get in more and more people to use our software.
And in ads, you are planning Facebook ads, Google ads, or which type
Yes,
of ads?
Facebook mainly.
Okay, in Facebook ads, what kind of angle you are targeting, if you wanna reveal.
Shopify.
Okay, it's someone who is having a Shopify. Under Shopify, anything specific?
So since we have two offers for Shopify, so we will be just start targeting Shopify at the top of the funnel, and then yes, maybe retarget them and nurture them, and let's see where it goes.
Okay, so you will be running informational content first, right?
We will be running introductional content first, like, okay, hey, we also do WhatsApp with Shopify.
Okay. What I think so, like as I did many experiments with that, I was doing ads for success newsletter. So what I was doing is, I am directly sending people. What I was doing, like, hey, like targeting some marketplace in interest giving. Hey, I'm running a face. I'm I will send you created list of ads and the main angle in Instagram story, and that did not convert it well. So second time what I did, uh, from Avengers, what I did, there is in Avengers, I think Infinity War, there was a scene like where, you know, I forget the name. So what was happening? Lots of creatures were tagging on that Iron Man thing. Like I forget the name, the man inside. So what happened is, like, I created that video. What I did, I just created that Iron Man and named it as a user. Then all this monster named it that LTD. The users are, like, mashing up with that on that particular face. After that, I decided, if you do not want to do, join for substance neutral. That does not convert it well for me again. So at the end, what I did is, and at the end, I started running ads for informational content. After that, I tell them to, join my newsletter, and I was doing that less than $1. So that was a good achievement for me. First,
Okay,
good.
that's nice.
Hmm. First informational content, then sending them to a newsletter. And my open rates are also very decent. My open rates are, I think, 30 to 40% for that particular list.
That's nice. That's very high.
Yeah, very high. And from where I learned, email marketing from Andrew Chaperon. He's having open rates of 70 to 80%.
Okay, then there are some strategies where people
Hmm.
like deceive people into getting the higher open rates, but at the end, what matters is how much money you make out of it.
Yeah,
These open rates are just a number.
true. Hello, Pratik.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so you are continue, like, from open rates, these open rates.
Yeah, sorry. These open rates don't matter at all unless you are
Mhm.
converting at the same rate. If you are converting like
True.
uh,
Quality
very,
matters.
very few, yes, quality matters. So
My
yes, many people do this. Many people deceive people into getting higher open rates. Like the subject will say something to get them to open the mail, and then when they open, it's pretty crappy. So
I
they
know.
do get higher open rates.
I got
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
And if I talk about my conversion rates, so I am having 10% conversion rates. Means 60. I'm receiving around 60 to 70 clicks, and from that 6 to 7 sales easily.
That's awesome. That's a nice number.
And how I managed to do that is, like, when someone clicked on, let's suppose if I will send up email for Botbaba. So if someone clicked on that, I will add them a tag. Okay, so that guy is interested in chatbots. From next time any deal come up around chatbots or related to that, so I will aggressively promote to that particular person.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
mainly strategy is, give them what they want. Don't send them, like, crappy emails. If someone is on advanced level, I'm sending him a very beginner emails, then why he will someone purchase from me?
Right.
So that's the approach I'm adopting. So that's the end of the interview. Before you go, like, if someone want to purchase Bot Baba Ltd, what is your number one advice for them? Like, why you need, like, let's suppose you want to sell them, like, what you will say to them?
If I wanna sell them, what will I say to them?
Yeah.
So there are like two, three things coming to my mind. So we are going to become a WhatsApp BSP. It's
Mhm.
not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when we become. So when we become BSP, this will be a chance you will be repenting. We
Mhm.
won't be coming back to LTD like ever when we become a WhatsApp BSP.
Okay. By the way, guys, if you want to check out Bot Baba, here is my affiliate link on the screen and in the description box below as well. So I will make a, and little bit money from that particular link if you go through that. That's Shehraj.link/Bot Baba. So thank you so much, Pratik, from being here and showcasing
Thank you.
your showcasing. I also learned a lot about, WhatsApp automation from here. I tried WhatsApp automation in past, but I screwed up with it. So so I thought, okay, I am better to have one messenger and email.
Okay,
So
okay, all right.
yeah, thank you so much, Pratik, for being here. It's been a pleasure to host you.
Thank you so much, Shehraj, for having me today. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So let's end this broadcast.